Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review of Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. This is a classic, obviously. I've read a couple of Jane Austen books before this one, and this one apparently she wrote earlier but it was published later, so it wasn't published until 1818, but they think it was one of the first that she probably wrote. And this novel is a satire or a parody of the gothic novel that was around at the time. This is about a girl called Catherine who is invited to go and stay with a family friend, a couple called the Allens in Bath. And she goes there, she's basically trying to make friendships and form some kind of romantic connection as well. But Catherine's problem is that she reads too many of these gothic novels, so she keeps expecting bad things to happen. She assumes weird things about people and it just gets her in a bit of trouble. And the reason it's called Northanger Abbey is because she ends up staying at a fancy property called Northanger Abbey. As expected with this book, I thought the writing style was awesome. I love Jane Austen's writing, it's just so lovely to read. I also really enjoyed the settings. It's set in the 1800s, of course, which is my favourite time period, and also just set in the different locations. There's they're staying in the city in Bath, or the town I guess, and then they're staying in this beautiful huge property called Northanger Abbey as well, and I love settings like that. However, the couple of things that I didn't like about this book that made it not as enjoyable for me as Emma and Pride and Prejudice, which are the other Jane Austen novels that I've read before. The first thing was I just didn't find the plot as engaging, but also the other thing that made me enjoy the book a little less overall is the fact that I really didn't like Catherine as a character. She's just extremely naive to the point where it's very irritating, and she makes really crazy presumptions about people and really bad decisions, and I just didn't feel like I got her at all. And I know she was supposed to be kind of a comedic character, but I just found her too annoying. And I think it's funny because if you think about Lizzie in Pride and Prejudice and Emma, both of them are annoying in their own ways as well. They definitely are flawed characters, but I still found them lovable. Even though Emma meddles with people so much and everything, I still really liked her, even though she was flawed. So overall with this book, I really enjoyed it, as I would expect from a Jane Austen novel, but I ended up giving it 4 stars, whereas the other 2 books I've read from her before I've given 5 stars. So I enjoyed it a little less, but it's still a really great novel and I would recommend it. It definitely did have its funny moments from being satire. There are times where she overreacts about stuff, and that was quite funny and quite entertaining. So if you think that's something you would enjoy, I definitely recommend this book. So that's the end of my review, but I want to mention how beautiful this particular copy of the book is as well. This is one of the vintage classics editions, and they're all stunning. They're paperbacks and they just have the most beautiful covers, and then the inside has French flaps that have these beautiful almost wallpaper looking designs on them. I just think they're so pretty, so I'm going to link to this book in the info bar down below if you want to go check it out, and check out the other vintage classics books that they have, because they've got all of Jane Austen's books in these editions. And if you want to keep up with what else I'm reading throughout the rest of December, you can friend me on Goodreads, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you guys with another video in a couple of days. Bye.